everyone, my name is Julie, thank you so much for watching, and I realize you're at like a slightly different angle than you normally are, and that's because today it decided to thunderstorm. Even though I filmed like 2 hours ago and it was just cloudy. I don't know what happened, but I did want to film this today because I'm kind of interested. I'm at this weird place, so I'm trying to cull my shopping. I'm trying to take it down, not shop as much. But I'm also at a stage right now where spring is coming and spring makeup launches are some of my favorite launches. You know, everyone talks about pumpkin spice. Well, you give me a nice pink lipstick and I am there. I get really excited for spring. I get excited for a lighter makeup look. I like pinks, I like purples, pastels, that type of thing. Kind of getting my fancy excited. So let's give you some opinions. That's what this video is going to be. It's going to be all opinions on spring makeup launches. I'm hoping this will stop me from moving forward on some of my purchases, but there's a lot of cool stuff going out here. And I want to start with the makeup in the drugstore because I think the drugstore is killing it. Can we talk Wet n Wild here for a second? So Wet n Wild is coming out their Rebel Rose Spring Collection. Oh wow, okay, so first of all, black rose brushes. That's fun! That is exactly the type of kitsch with makeup products that gets me. Give me rose brushes. As you guys saw, I just picked up some Storybook cosmetic brushes that are in the shape of wands. Roses are right there with them. I don't know when I'll be able to find them, and I don't know if they're going to go to Ulta, but if they land in Ulta and I'm able to purchase those, I might get there. I might get there. Wet n Wild's also coming out with a skincare line, and I saw in the sneak peeks that they've got a rose oil. Oh my gosh, if that is a dupe for my Carez Vitamin C Rose Oil, that's $54, I have to try it. I think it's like $8.99 or something like that, the rose oil is from Wet n Wild, and I will be trying that too. Now the eyeshadows, they look a little deep for me. I don't think I'll be working with those, and the blush that's like black but like changes to a pinkish color, that's also not for me. The glosses look interesting, but I don't think I'll pick any of those up since I'm not buying any, but the brushes are really what got me on this collection, and I think the entire aesthetic is actually really, really beautiful, and I'm excited that Wet n Wild is keeping things fresh and interesting. Wet n Wild also has new facial sprays. I've used their original Wet n Wild spray. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was anything amazing, but they've come up with different scents. I mean, again, something I probably won't pick up, but I like what they're doing. I prefer MAC Fix Plus. I also prefer the Urban Decay All Nighter. I think it takes away some of the powderiness that I get on my face, but I like what they're doing. If I like that product, that would definitely be something on my shopping list. But, you know, I see why people like it. I see why they're getting excited about it. I couldn't find a photo of it, but they're also coming out with loose highlighters. And they seem to have one every collection, going back to the Skull collection, whatever that was called. And I kind of wanted to pick one of those up, but I don't exactly know what those are called, and I couldn't find a photo. I was like, Wet n Wild loose highlighters, and just the old ones popped up, so I don't know what's going on with that. Another new spring line or I should say spring release at the drugstore that really caught my eye is the new L'Oreal foundation. L'Oreal foundations and I work out really, really well. The Pro Glow is one of my favorites. I actually only have it in my summer shade right now, and I'm looking forward to diving back in this summer and finishing that up. I'm so close to finishing that one up, and I think I might actually purchase that new L'Oreal foundation. I've seen 3 or 4 reviews on it on YouTube, and everyone really seems to like it. It seems to have longevity, it seems to have the coverage, and that's really what I like in a foundation. It also looks, when I see people apply it, it looks really natural, at least on camera, and me, out of all YouTubers, I know how different things can look on camera versus in person, but if they're saying it's good and it looks good to my eyes, it's something that's on my shopping list. I do want to try it. The Revlon launch, though, I do not have any interest, no interest at all in that one. I also don't have an interest like in the Wet n Wild gym makeup. I know where they're going with it, but like, no, I'm good. It's not my thing. Especially not that foundation with like the stick paddle thing. Nope. That's not for me, but thank you. I'll stick with Rebel Rose. I think that's good. In Europe, we've had a big launch. I actually just went to the grocery store, I went to my Edeka today, and I saw that Essence has come out with their new spring line, which is really exciting. It had like a heart-shaped bronzer, which is a total rip-off of the Sweet Tea Too Faced bronzer. Is that what it's called? It's from Too Faced, but it's like this in a cardboard box, and it's like sweet tea or something like that. That doesn't interest me. The Too Faced one didn't interest me, so that one definitely doesn't interest me. Something that does interest me is their eyeshadow palettes. So they've got 3 location-based eyeshadow palettes. They've got Rio, Paris, and New York. New York is an extreme cool tone gray-blue palette, but you've got Paris, which is this rosy palette, which is interesting, and then Rio, which is an extremely warm tone palette. But I think all 3 of those are done really well. They've also reformatted their nail polish, like in a different shaped bottle. I can care less about things like that. I really could, so that doesn't really interest me at all, but I think the marketing for it and the way it's displayed looks really nice in store. I probably won't be picking up anything from this collection, but I think that while I like the marketing, nothing is like 100% calling to me except for that Paris palette, and I know I already have pinks in my collection, but it's still calling to me, but I'm good. Like, that's one that I can easily pass on. I haven't seen the new Catrice spring. I'm a little scared too because they normally get me more than Essence does. Although both of them are really good at marketing to me. I'm like their demographic, definitely. Something from the high end, which really interests me, and this is probably the highest end thing I'm going to mention, is this Guerlain highlighter duo. It is a beautiful imprint. I mean, like, whoa, that's like show-stopping. And then they have this like beautiful pink and then this highlighter that matches it. And I think each color would be beautiful on its own, but swirled together, I think it would be magnificent. You can either probably use it as like a blush topper or like a blush with like a streak of highlight. I just think that that one looks absolutely fantastic. I probably will not be picking up because, you know, Guerlain prices. And also I'm sure it has a scent to it, which doesn't always bother me, but sometimes on the high end it really does. So I probably won't be picking up that way, but it's something that I really enjoyed looking at, and like, oh, it looks nice. It looks nice. Apparently I'm really into floral imprints. Okay, speaking of high-end florals, can we talk about the MAC spring collection with like the rose petals or maybe their cherry blossoms? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But in particular, their lipsticks. It's like, I forget if it's 5 or 6 shades off the top of my head, but like pink perfection. That, it's so crazy, my hands are going crazy. I would go for the 2 darkest shades because even their darkest shades are really more like a mid-tone raspberry shade. Oh my god, and it looks like a fuchsia. It looks beautiful. Like, oh, stop me in my tracks. Like, I stopped buying lipsticks, Julie, but ooh, those look really nice. They look to be about a satin finish and maybe with, I think they're all satin finishes, to be honest with you. I saw the swatches and they just all look satin. Maybe one of them is like a high shine one, but like, maybe. I think that those look spectacular. And then they have this blush. Just beautiful packaging. Again, imprint of florals, because apparently I'm into that. And it's just a collection that looks clean. I see the vision. I just think that that one looks really nice. And they have this 9-pan eyeshadow. It's like $30 something. I also think that one looks really nice. But again, I have pinks. I gotta tell myself I have pinks. Do not buy more pinks. But that one also looks really interesting. I have this thing, even though MAC is less expensive from other brands that I purchased. Because it's MAC, I think that it's like gonna be $80. And I have a hard time buying it because I'm like, oh my god, it's so expensive, even though I buy that price of makeup all the time. Like, I think their lipsticks are what, 16 US? Something like that. Like, I have bought $20 lipsticks before, so I don't know why just the brand MAC, it seems so high end, and like I can't even walk into the store. Like, I'm not worthy of MAC. I don't know. It's like this weird thing I have with MAC. Something that I am worthy of, but also is not catching my eye, is Urban Decay. Do you remember when Urban Decay was like the thing to buy? It was like the thing to own, the thing to buy. And, you know, the Naked palettes were coming out. You got like the one when that launched that was like exploding. It exploded for like 10 years. Then you got the Naked 2. Then you had the Naked 3. They were like unstoppable. So I know that they retired the Naked 1. I've actually given mine away. And then they brought out the Naked Reloaded. Wow, that was not an interesting release. And I like neutrals. This should be what I want. Like, I like light colors. I like neutrals. You know, and it even has that pop of like a pinky coral. That should be what I'm drawn to. I look at this palette and I'm like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. Including other neutral palettes I own. Like, the outside packaging doesn't interest me. The inside looks like, they've taken away the brush, which is fine. I never use the brush anyways. And like, they've made the cream shadow pans larger, which I actually think is a good idea, but like, wow, Urban Decay. You used to be like the thing. Like, you used to be like so exciting and have all these great collabs with different movies. Like, who remembers the Pulp Fiction collection? Like, that was unique. And like, I don't know, I feel like they used to be something that I aspired to be, and now they're getting really boring. And like, when I go into the Douglas, which is the German version of Sephora, I don't even look at the Urban Decay section anymore because they don't never ever release anything that catches my eye. And I feel bad saying that, but like, sorry, Naked Reloaded, it's a hard pass for me. Maybe you should start imprinting your shadows with roses. I don't know. Since I seem to be on a packaging train this spring, you all know Tarte released their Sugar Rush line, which is a brand that focuses on the, was it 18 to 25 age range? And a lot of the packaging and their products doesn't appeal to me. Although I'm also not their target audience. I am in my 30s. I am beyond that target audience. However, there's one thing in that that caught my eye. And Besame has similar packaging. And it's the seashell blushes. It's like a pink clam, you know, but it has a cream blush inside. It's in, I think, 2 shades. It's like a pink and a coral. And the product itself doesn't interest me. Cream blushes and I, we're not cool like that. But the clam seashell does interest me. And the price is right. It's, you know, like nothing in the Sugar Rush line is over $24. So the price is right there for me. The Besame clamshell, which was part of their mermaid, like, what was it, Peter Pan mermaid collection, was like in the 30s. And I wasn't interested in the product inside. Again, I just wanted the seashell. And I realized this is a marketing ploy, right? Give a girl a seashell and she will be there. But like, I mean, like, let me show you. Okay. This is a mirror. This is a makeup mirror of which I've never carried, but it's a seashell. This is what I want. I want a seashell, but it's a mirror on either side. Hello, hello, hello. And it's just really cute. This is what I want. I want a blush in a seashell, but I want it to be powder, and I want it to be thin. This, by the way, is by Lily Pulitzer. You know I have an odd obsession with her. I want it to be a blush, and I don't want it to be $30. Give me a blush that's like 20 bucks in a seashell that's powder, and I will buy every single shade. Also, maybe an eyeshadow quad. Just throwing it out there, just an idea, something I want and wish and hope for. Just saying, you could do different types of seashells. There are many different types of seashells in the sea. Then there is, this is pure marketing once again, genius, pure marketing genius, the Lipstick Queen Venetian Masquerade lipstick. Okay, so I have the entire collection of the Lipstick Queen color changing lipsticks, and I've never really worn them on like a day-to-day basis, but I tried them on like one-off areas. Actually, they're all mini, so I'm trying to use them up this year. I need to pull them out. And this Venetian Masquerade is a bright purple, and apparently it turns to like a plum pink. I'm here for it. I am here for it. That sounds amazing. I hope I like the other formulas, because if I like the other formulas, you better believe I'm going to be picking up this new Lipstick Queen Venetian Masquerade lipstick. I just need to finish up some lipsticks first. And I'm like trying to hold myself back. I'm like, don't buy it, Julie. You can't handle the lipstick. You can't handle any more lipsticks. But I'm like, ah! It's like the MAC one. Like the product and the packaging, it all gets me excited. I like it. I like it a lot.